One thing that I've preached a lot on YouTube and just on social media in general, since obviously being a content creator, is authenticity. As a content creator, you've got to be your authentic self. You've got to show your true and raw self. Because it's you. It's like it's a personal brand. Okay, so it has to be basically you. Can't be someone else. And I've preached about that a lot on YouTube, right? And I've found myself recently kind of slipping into this thing of, I guess, maybe copying other creators and influencers, because I take inspiration from a lot of people. I look up to a lot of YouTubers and content creators and social media creators and stuff, because there are a lot of good creators out there. So I take inspiration from them, and then but it manifests into this thing of where I start copying a little bit too much rather than just taking inspiration. Like, it's all right to take inspiration from someone, but never copy. And I found myself doing that a little bit more, like at this, and I was doing it a lot more when I first started my YouTube channel, because I was a bit like, I don't really know, I needed to find my own kind of, I guess, niche in terms of the way I create content, and kind of what defines me from other content creators. I was doing that a lot more, like copying other YouTubers and copying other social media creators, thinking that what they did is going to work for me as well. But it's actually not, because everyone on YouTube and everyone on social media is completely different. Everyone's completely unique. So you have to portray that, all right? And obviously, yeah, I know that myself, but like I've said, I found myself kind of slipping into this thing of wanting to copy other YouTubers to see if it works and stuff. And I'm all about trying new things and all about trying things out. But yeah, I'm not afraid to admit where I go wrong. I'm not afraid to admit my mistakes. I'm not afraid to admit where I fucked up. And I guess, yeah, this is a learning curve for me, as I always say to you lot. Live life, go through experiences, go through failures, and learn from them, and just embrace everything. Okay, embrace all your emotions, embrace everything that happens to you. Rather than, I could sit here and complain about it and be like, oh, I've messed up really badly, I shouldn't have done that and whatever. And yeah, that wouldn't really help me at all, would it? But what I can do is I can self-analyze. And I had this thought literally yesterday. I was like, maybe I'm copying people a little bit too much on YouTube. I need to start being more authentic to me. Okay, so that obviously me as a content creator is unique from everyone else, because I'm showing my authentic self, which I try to do as much as I possibly can. But yeah, I'm not afraid to admit where I've made mistakes, and that's what you should do. You should always be accountable for your own mistakes. And I guess, yeah, the message is, and the lesson from this one would just be to, don't be afraid to admit when you've gone wrong, but take lessons from it. Take lessons from everything. Okay, just analyze everything. Analyze every situation you go through. See how you can become better, and then next time when you go and take action again, because you've learnt more, you've got more knowledge now, the action that you take is going to be better. It's going to lead you to a higher point. That's what I keep saying about life. You live life, you experience, you learn, you fail, you grow, and it's like a big cycle until you hit that point where you've hit success. And that's just what I'm doing now. I've hit a point where I've learned a new lesson. I've self-analyzed, I've self-reflected. Okay, and this will make me better in the future.